Now on 4 News Now at 6, start hydrating now. I'm tracking a major warm-up on the way. I'll show you how hot it's going to get, plus your 4th of July forecast.
And looking for ways to celebrate American independence. We have your guide to all the exciting 4th of July events across the inland Northwest, from dazzling fireworks displays to spectacular parades. And a father is grieving the loss of his 23-year-old daughter, who was hit and killed by a car in downtown Spokane. What the city is doing to try and keep families safe on the roads. You're watching 4 News Now at 6. And thank you for joining us. I'm Kirsten O'Connor here with Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker, tracking that major warm-up on the way and a beautiful 4th of July forecast.
Yes, 4th of July is going to be plenty warm. You'll probably even get hot, but it is just a preview. We're going to see our temperature jump quite a bit over the next few days. Live look right now over downtown Spokane. A gorgeous evening in progress, and we're going to keep those clear skies and light winds for tomorrow. Let's take it through hour by hour. This is going to be one of the cooler nights. We have got some warm nights ahead in the 7-day forecast. 59 degrees at 7 a.m. You'll notice winds very light throughout the day. We'll be in the 70s already by, well, 9 o'clock, 70 degrees, and then we're into the 80s by noon. Blue skies and sunshine, and even as we get into the afternoon, winds in the 5-mile-per-hour range or less. By 2, we're at 85. Our average high is 80 degrees. We'll be 88 for a high tomorrow, hitting that late in the afternoon and early in the evening. No precipitation and plenty of sunshine. If you are headed out to some 4th of July forecast, or fireworks rather, we'll still be in the 70s, mid-70s at 9 o'clock tomorrow. Won't need your sweatshirt for that weather. 10 o'clock, 72. Clear skies. Again, want to point out the light winds. That's not going to be an issue with your fireworks displays. And 69 degrees at 11. I will be back in just a few minutes to tell you about an excessive heat warning and just how warm it's going to get. That's coming up later in the news. Kirsten?
Thank you, Chris. And 4th of July is, of course, tomorrow, but many of you are likely looking for ways to kick off your celebrations this evening. Marissa Rio is live from the Idaho Central Credit Union Carnival in Riverfront Park with all the fun ways that you can go and spend some time with your family this holiday weekend.
That's right, Kirsten. This carnival started today and it will be here all weekend long. As you can see, there are rides, games right behind me. I've been trying to play this one, getting a ring around the duck, but as you can see, I'm not very good at it. This is a place for the entire family. There are rides and there's also food here. The restaurants and bars in this area are also excited to celebrate the 4th of July and are preparing for the crowds coming in to celebrate this holiday weekend.
As the manager at Steelhead Bar and Grill prepares a drink, he says their staff are ready and excited for the 4th of July crowds.
Transition out of Hoot Fest weekend, we're hoping that a lot of people stuck around for the festivities of 4th of July. So really, it's business as usual for us. Coming out of the busy weekend, our feet are on the ground running, so we're already ready for it.
Steelhead Bar and Grill is located just across the street from Riverfront Park, with a happy hour from 2 to 7.
So that's right before the fireworks get going. We'd be happy to have anybody that's down to enjoy the festivities come see us.
Another local pub downtown isn't only pouring beers, they're also cutting their way into 4th of July weekend. Flatstick Pub has games, food, and extra staff ready to serve the masses of people celebrating.
We're pretty confident that we can give everybody a great time with the staff levels that we have. And we do bring in a few extra bodies, but they're just mainly to kind of help clean up and direct traffic.
Spokane Police says they too are prepared for this weekend, with extra patrols out, making sure everyone stays safe.
We will have officers looking, and they will be ticketing for impaired driving. They will be making citations for speeding, etc. So plan accordingly. If you're going to be out partying, have a designated driver, make good choices, and know that we are out there looking for that this weekend.
The Spokane police will also be giving out citations for anyone who is lighting fireworks. It's important to note that fireworks are illegal in the city of Spokane and the unincorporated areas of the county. Now, this carnival will close down tonight at 11 p.m., but it will open back up tomorrow at noon. For more information on the hours of operation, you can visit our website at KXLY.com. Live in Riverfront Park, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.
Marissa, I'm going to need a better look at that slide behind you. That looks like a lot of fun for my kids. We do want to remind you, fireworks are banned in most of Spokane County. That includes the city of Spokane, Spokane Valley, Liberty Lake, and unincorporated areas of the county. Illegal possession, sale, or use of fireworks can result in fines of more than $500 for each violation. And one reason why they're banned is because they can cause a wildfire. Take a look at this video. You can see just how fast a fire can spread if it lands in a tall patch of grass. There it is. If you're lighting fireworks tomorrow, only light them outdoors. Also keep a bucket of water or a hose handy and wait at least 20 minutes before trying to relight a dud firework. And if you're still looking for last-minute plans tomorrow, we have you covered here at 4 News Now. Let's send it over to Jordan Smith in studio with a look at how the local options, and all of the local options rather, to celebrate the 4th of July.
Yeah, Kirsten, there's a lot of different ways to celebrate tomorrow. First up, you'll want to get to Coeur d'Alene early to get a good spot for the American Heroes Parade. On your screen, here's a map of the parade route. It starts on 15th and Sherman Avenue, and that ends on the corner of Lakeside Avenue and Northwest Boulevard. The parade kicks off at 10 o'clock. Like I said, get there early. After that parade, you'll want to head over to Music Conservatory of Coeur d'Alene for the porch party. And that'll have some live music and some frozen treats. And here in Spokane, as we mentioned earlier, you can enjoy some of the fun rides and games in Riverfront Park at the ICCU Carnival happening right now. You just saw Marissa trying to land that ring on that rotating ducks game that looked awesome. And if rides aren't your thing, you can grab an elephant ear or two. And once the sun goes down, there's plenty of fireworks shows for you and your family to check out. At Northern Quest, you can catch the fireworks display and drone show at 10 o'clock. As always, there will be shows at Riverfront Park, the Coeur d'Alene Resort, Avista Stadium, and the Pavilion in Liberty Lake. But if you don't want to leave the comfort of your own home and battle the traffic, you can stream the fireworks show in Riverfront Park on your connected TV using the KXLY Plus app, starting around 10 o'clock. For more details on many of these events, head to KXLY.com and you'll find it all. In studio, Jordan Smith, 4 News Now.
Jordan, thank you. The Othello Police Department needs your help finding this 15-year-old girl. Her name is Serenity Ayala, and she was last seen Sunday. Anyone with information about where she might be is asked to call the Othello Police Department. We now know the identity of the woman killed while riding her scooter yesterday morning. 23-year-old Danielle Luttrell was riding down Lincoln Street on the South Hill near Deaconess Hospital when she collided with a car in the intersection of 4th and Lincoln. Luttrell was from the Tri-Cities and graduated from Whitworth University. She was working for Dorian Studios here in Spokane. In a post on social media, her dad said, "If you knew Danielle Luttrell, you knew she was an amazing human being. She loved with all her heart. She pulled people together with her amazing spirit and joy." Luttrell is one of 6 people killed by drivers in Spokane. And today, Mayor Brown signed an executive order to revamp city streets to keep you safe in traffic. You'll see more curb bump outs, traffic islands, and protected bike lanes as part of the city's Safe Streets initiative. One of the ideas gives pedestrians a head start on using the crosswalk before the light turns green. Outside of looking both ways and trusting the crosswalk, cyclists are at the mercy of cars. And one local cyclist called these changes necessary, speaking about his own experience of losing loved ones to these crashes.
Cooper died on a road that was closed to traffic, by the way. Got run over by a car. And so that's... Yes, I've been impacted, and that was, 30 years ago.
Well, these new projects are expected to be completed quickly, but which parts of town will these improvements happen, and when can you expect them to be done? That part of the story and much more tonight at 6:30. Tourists stranded in Jamaica as Hurricane Beryl continues to sweep across the Caribbean.
To see this level of destruction, it is almost Armageddon-like.
What some organizations are doing to help people who have lost everything. And a beloved local petting zoo will remain open. We'll introduce you to the family that quit their jobs to keep the Big Red Barn open. Those stories and more next on 4 News Now at 6.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+. Save your green!
So what do you think about these?
We're going to take everything.
From design and products to removal and installation, Rebath is with you through every step of your remodel. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,500 off your complete bathroom remodel.
I grew up in wheat country in Colton, and I know how much we need our Snake River dams. I'm Michael Baumgartner, and when I get to Congress, we'll protect those dams. They're vital for our farmers, and we're not tearing them down. I'm Michael Baumgartner, and I approve this message.
What have we got?
The Andersons. All night tossing and turning, bad backs, sleep score at an all-time low.
Round up the team.
At Denver Mattress, going undercover is literally how we solve problems.
And when we find sleepers waking up with aches and pains, we turn to the Tempur-Pedic Adapt, designed for ultimate pressure relief that uniquely adapts to your body's pressure points. The Tempur Adapt features innovative technology, so you get deep, undisturbed rest all night long.
Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right Tempur-Pedic.
The 4th of July savings are rolling in at Findlay Downtown Toyota, making it the perfect time to hit the open road or go camping in your new Toyota. And if you're looking for a certified pre-owned vehicle, we've got hundreds of great choices to choose from. Plus, every vehicle sold comes with a 1-year, 15,000-mile maintenance plan. So if you're looking for a great deal on a new sporty ride, you can find it at Findlay.
Can you do this? As early as your 40s, you may lose muscle and strength. Protein supports muscle health. Ensure Max Protein has a 30-gram blend of high-quality protein to feed muscles for up to 7 hours. So take the challenge. Ensure nutrition for strength and energy.
So what do you think about these?
We're going to take everything.
From design and products to removal and installation, Rebath is with you through every step of your remodel. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,500 off your complete bathroom remodel.
Danger at the beach. Next Inside Edition. Forget sharks and rip currents. What about beach patrols running over you?
They're laying down. Yeah. I'm looking at the water. It happens.
It keeps happening. How to stay safe at the beach. Then, RFK Jr. and the Babysitter. The explosive new Vanity Fair report. Watch the next Inside Edition.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7.
Big Red's Barn in Coeur d'Alene is open for business again. Big Red's Barn is open for business after last month the petting zoo announced it was closing. Hundreds of people sounded off on social media, voicing their disappointment. 4 News Now's Allison Martinez reports how one local family saved the day.
The fate of many animals, including Elroy here, was at risk when Big Red's farm almost closed. Thankfully, one family stepped in to make this spot their forever home. Big Red's Barn isn't your average petting zoo. Right off of Government Way, you can meet sloths, exotic birds, llamas, and much more. When the business was at risk of closing, one Post Falls family decided that when one barn door closes, another one opens.
We decided to keep this business running because I know how important it is to our community. It's a therapy space. It's not just about the animals. People come here and it helps their heart.
The Harris family quit their day jobs to take turns as zookeeper, a role that's proven to be even more challenging than they thought.
It's a lot of hard work, a lot more hard work than I thought it would be, but it's really enjoyable and the animals all really love it, and we love to be able to love on them at the end of the night. It's always really fun.
Multiple employees stuck with the barn through the change of ownership, which was the final sign the Harrises needed to close the deal.
And every job is challenging, but this is a really fun job. It's a happy space, Everybody that walks through our door is happy to be here and wants to be here, and that makes it a pretty amazing experience to come into every day.
As Big Red's Barn moves on to its next chapter, you can expect the same familiar faces with plenty of new additions.
I want this big. I want lots of animals here. I want it to be a great, awesome area for the community.
You can support the Harris family by showing these animals love at Big Red's Barn, open now. Reporting in Coeur d'Alene, Allison Martinez, 4 News Now.
Which reminds me, I have Wildlife Wednesday photos coming up later in the news in the next half hour. Tonight, temperatures will still be at 80 degrees at 7 o'clock, but this is going to be one of our cooler evenings for quite a while. 72 at 9. We'll be in the 60s by 11 with mostly clear skies and light winds. I'll be back with the heat in the 7-day forecast after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Move Fitness.
Shop Consign Furniture and Jewelry's 4th of July sale. Experience 10% off all red tags, 20% off all white tags, and 30% off all blue tags on all new furniture, custom furniture, pre-orders, and outdoor furniture.
Consign Furniture. Easy way to sell, smart way to buy.
Swing into Fred's Appliance today for our 4th of July celebration and discover unbeatable deals on the largest selection of in-stock get-it-today inventory in our region. Upgrade your home with the Electrolux laundry set and save a whopping $1,300 on the pair. Plus, buy one pedestal and get the second free, an additional $270 in instant savings. This advanced laundry duo brings you unmatched efficiency and state-of-the-art features, ensuring your clothes come out perfect every time.
Embrace the magic, celebrate friendship, and share the joy at Disney's Frozen the Musical.
Coming to First Interstate Center for the Arts, July 24th through August 4th. Get tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
Satay Bistro, Coeur d'Alene's culinary extravaganza of American fusion dining. From our extensive wine cellar to our unforgettably decadent menu, we'll move your experience beyond ordinary to the extraordinary. Satay Bistro, just off the 4th Street exit in Coeur d'Alene.
The Gamma Knife we have here in Spokane is the state-of-the-art, top-of-the-line Gamma Knife that is available in the world.
The brain is high-priced real estate. It's very important for cognition, physical function. You only want to hit the tumor and give very, very little dose to the surrounding brain.
It's the only machine capable of delivering this type of precision and with almost no interruption in any of the other treatments that they need.
Not only is this the best radiation technology, but it's delivered by a caring team of professionals who have been doing this for decades.
It's the biggest trade-in event in America today through July 7th at Cal.
This is your chance to trade in anything, and I mean anything.
So you can upgrade to a better set of wheels by trading in the old for something better at Cal.
Shop Consign Furniture and Jewelry's 4th of July sale. Experience 10% off all red tags, 20% off all white tags, and 30% off all blue tags on all new furniture, custom furniture, pre-orders, and outdoor furniture.
Consign Furniture. Easy way to sell, smart way to buy.
It's a warm Wednesday across the inland Northwest, but this is going to be the last day that we have 70s on the map. It was only 73 today in Bonners Ferry, 78 in Coeur d'Alene, St. Mary's, and Pullman. In fact, no 90s on the map. That is going to start changing tomorrow, and then we're going to be into the triple digits. 4 things to know about your weather. It is going to be a warm, sunny 4th of July. The really hot weather is on the way with an excessive heat warning that takes effect on Saturday, and we'll be in the triple digits next week in Spokane. Tomorrow's 4th of July forecast will be in the 50s to start the day, and then heading into the 80s. That high of 88 compares to an average high of 80 degrees, so we'll be above average. But again, this is just the beginning of our warming trend. A lot more 90s on this map. 96 in Lewiston, 93 in Moses Lake, Grand Coulee, 95 tomorrow in Wenatchee. We'll be at 85 in Coeur d'Alene, no 70s in North Idaho tomorrow. Very lovely lake weather, 90 degrees at 9 Mile, 91 in downtown Spokane tomorrow, 89 in Meade, and 89 in Spokane Valley on the 4th of July. Then we head into the 90s across the region in our temperature trend, 93 on Friday, and then we climb into the triple digits by Monday. And right now, it looks like this warming trend is going to be peaking on Tuesday and Wednesday. This white line is our average high, but may stay warm long after that. An excessive heat warning goes into effect Saturday afternoon. It's this hot pink area where we're in that excessive heat warning criteria. Once we're into the central panhandle, North Idaho, and in the Northeast Mountains, even the Okanagan Highlands, it is a heat advisory and then an excessive heat watch for the southern panhandle and western Montana. Saturday afternoon all the way through Tuesday evening, and it looks like the heat is going to stick around long after that. This is the 8 to 14 day outlook. That is July 11th through the 17th, and we are still in that very, very dark red color, indicating strong signal of excessive heat. Your planning forecast, so that 88 on the 4th of July actually looks pretty good, especially when you consider we'll start the day off in the mid-50s and then cool down in pretty decent shape. 58 for a morning low on Friday, but then into the 90s, and then look what happens with our overnight lows. They really start to warm up, and then close to 70 degrees for a morning low Tuesday and into Wednesday. And this heat wave, it's bad enough that we're going to be in this triple digit range, which is really difficult to cope with for some people, but that it is a prolonged period of heat where you really can't get away from it, that can take a toll not only on our more vulnerable residents without any air conditioning, but anyone who's out in the heat. If it's day after day, that's hard on the body, Kirsten.
That's right. A lot of people work outside, so something to think about. Thank you, Chris. Because of those high temperatures this weekend, the city of Spokane is activating its cooling centers. On your screen now is a list of the centers that includes most of the city's libraries and the Trent Resource and Assistance Center. Around the world tonight, Hurricane Beryl is churning over Jamaica, bringing what meteorologists describe as life-threatening winds and storm surge to the island. It's the first hurricane to hit the popular tourist destination in 12 years. As of now, the storm has already killed 7 people. CNN's Laura Aguirre gives us a look at some of the damage already left behind by the hurricane.
This is what the monstrous Category 4 Hurricane Beryl looks like through the lens of a satellite as it roars through the Caribbean. It first slammed ashore in Grenada with maximum sustained winds of 145 miles per hour Monday. Those same life-threatening conditions are now punishing the island of Jamaica. Forecasters put the center of the storm just south of the island Wednesday afternoon, with powerful bands of wind and storm surge possible over its entire eastern half. Jamaica's prime minister took to social media Wednesday, urging everyone in high-risk impact areas to evacuate, with or without official notice.
If you live in a low-lying area, or if you live on the banks of a river or a gully, I implore you to evacuate to a shelter or to safer ground.
U.S.-based disaster relief efforts are underway, with organizations like World Central Kitchen and Global Empowerment Mission packing and preparing supplies for shipment to the hard-hit islands. Beryl is also changing up the itinerary for some cruise ship passengers.
Cruise director told us that after we were done with Costa Maya, they're going to take us north as fast as they can to get us out of the track of the hurricane.
A path that the National Hurricane Center is tracking into northeastern Mexico between now and Sunday, with a tightly wound center between 60 and 70%, making a U.S. landfall of some degree into southern Texas early next week possible. I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
Still ahead, wildlife officials in California need to call in some backup to capture this bear lost in LA. We'll explain why they called the owner of a nearby gym.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
It's a good day for a drive. Great day for a deal.
Perfection Tire carries a full line of Cooper tires with advanced safety features, warranties, and competitive pricing. Save even more with Cooper Tire rebates going on now. Nobody beats perfection.
It's Coeur d'Alene Casino's Core Stars Entertainment Series. Tesla's bluesy, soulful rock sound still roaring and soaring live Thursday, July 25th.
I love you.
Don't miss Parmalee, contemporary country hitmakers, live Thursday, September 12th. Ready for action? It's No Holds Barred as King of the Cage features up-and-coming MMA stars battling it out live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, October 10th. Visit the Coeur d'Alene Casino box office or CDA.com to buy your tickets now.
Winning is just the beginning. The DQ freezer is opening. All the Blizzard flavors of the past call it home. But which one is making a triumphant return? It's the unshareable salted caramel truffle Blizzard, back for a limited time. Salted caramel truffles, toffee pieces, choco chunks. Yep, he's getting his own. Hurry in and get this flavor before the DQ freezer closes.
What can we make for you today from the Sweet Palace in Phillipsburg, Montana?
Life is an opportunity to grow, to feel, to excel. Life moves at its own pace, daring you to keep up. Life pushes you to be better and to go farther. Life has you here. We're just here to help.
Regular visits to your local Perfection Tire can ensure your car's safety and dependability.
With factory recommended maintenance, you increase your fuel efficiency as well as maintain your vehicle's value.
Nobody beats perfection.
4 News Now is brought to you by Consign Furniture.
Around the nation, the 4th of July is meant to celebrate the United States independence. But just how patriotic are we as a country? And has the definition of patriotism changed? CNN's Brian Abel is taking a look at these questions.
It may appear that tomorrow is a day where Americans set aside their differences and come together to celebrate the country. But with such a divided country and a presidential election coming up, the majority of U.S. voters say they are not proud of the country today.
The 4th of July fireworks bursting high in the air, a symbol of celebration for the United States of America, and so often accompanied by the broad stripes and bright stars of U.S. pride. But 248 years since U.S. independence, many Americans aren't feeling patriotic.
Patriotism is defined really broadly as feeling pride or love for one's country.
A Fox News poll out this week shows a majority of voters in the U.S. are not proud of the country today. And American Studies professor Elizabeth Anker says much of how people feel has to do with our politics.
For instance, in the Democratic Party, do you feel that the government is in the service of helping citizens? What we see in people in the Republican Party, patriotism might be, is the U.S. the strongest country in the world?
Also driving down pride, a shift in generations.
One thing we've seen over the past couple decades, especially in the last decade, is that younger people who have really not been supportive of many of the national policies, even when it's for a party that they support.
What could boost back up American patriotism? Anker says the country often comes together to find collective strength in the face of adversity.
Oftentimes it's a sense of sacrifice, of everybody being involved in some way to fight for the greater good. For instance, after 9/11, people came together to help one another out.
And Anker tells me there was a brief rise in patriotism when Barack Obama was elected, but we haven't seen a true sense of pride in over 2 decades since 9/11. In Washington, I'm Brian Abel reporting.
Washington Governor Jay Inslee is one of over a dozen Democratic governors meeting with President Joe Biden to discuss the future of his campaign. This meeting comes after Mr. Biden's poor performance in last week's debate. Biden has privately acknowledged that the next days are critical to saving his re-election bid.
We understand the concerns. We get it. The president did not have a great night.
Biden's campaign has insisted that it was just a bad night for the 81-year-old president, and he has no plans to drop out.
I just felt it was important to speak out in the most respectful way possible and say this is not about one night.
According to CNN, a number of Democratic governors said they were surprised that Biden did not reach out earlier to discuss his debate performance. One of Trader Joe's most popular candles is being recalled. It is recalling a mango tangerine candle because the flame can spread from the wick to the wax and produce a larger than expected flame. Anyone who has one of these candles can bring it back to the store for a refund. Coming up on 4 News Now at 6:30, the Seattle Kraken have made history with their last coach hire, how this move impacts the team for next season.
2 people were killed by cars in downtown Spokane in just the last month. Tonight, what the city is doing to try to keep you and your family safe while crossing the street, how these changes could curb the danger. That story coming up.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Arby's Deluxe Burger. Have you ever seen such a well-crafted burger? Oh, Arby's Big Cheesy Bacon Burger. Have you ever seen such a... Arby's, we have the meat.
Stay ahead of your moderate to severe eczema and show off clearer skin and less itch with Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists that helps heal your skin from within. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor. Ask your eczema specialist about Dupixent.
Did you know that if you shave, 1/3 of what you remove is skin? New Dove helps repair it. So if you shave it, Dove it. New Dove. Replenish your skin after every shave. Discover new Dove Whole Body Invisible Cream. A new whole body deodorant that's blissfully coconut and vanilla scented for all day whole body confidence. It's Dove Care made for anywhere. Try new Dove Whole Body Deodorant.
The sale of the season is here. It's the Star Spangled 4th of July sale at Furniture Row. That's 7 days where the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend on living, dining, bedroom, and mattresses. Plus, make your money go further with 6 years no interest financing. And check out doorbusters while they last. But don't wait. The Star Spangled 4th of July sale at Furniture Row ends Thursday the 4th.
Arby's has let other burger joints have their little fun. Playtime is over. The meat professionals will take it from here. Arby's, we have the meat.
Next ET.
Sky's the limit, no rules.
Rihanna never before seen interviews from her showbiz start to her life as a mom. It's a special ET Vault Unlocked.
It's so good.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30.
Where are the most beautiful main streets in America? GMA's celebrating July 4th week, popping up live on main streets across the country, filled with the coolest small businesses and local charm. Will we be near you this week on
Good Morning America? Good Morning America. Good Morning America.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
Let's head back out to Riverfront Park live right now where the ICCU Summer Carnival is in full swing. We saw Marissa Rio out there earlier. She said the weather was beautiful. It looked great. There was a slide. It looks like the...
Look at that spinning thing.
Yeah.
I would just...
The Ferris wheel's going.
Couldn't do that.
You're not in... Oh, you're talking about...
The red
The
thing.
Vomitron,
yeah,
as I like to call it. Yeah, I'm not into that either. That's not officially what it's called, but...
The kids love it, but
do.
no, my days of just spinning are over.
Agreed.
And the heat starts to get to you too, but you got to watch out for everyone with the kind of weather that we're going to be having. The 4th of July, however, is going to be warm. Warmer than average for certain, almost 10 degrees above average, but the really hot weather is on the way. An excessive heat warning going into effect Saturday, and that's just the beginning. We'll be into the triple digits next week. But let's talk about that beautiful 4th of July. If you're heading out in Coeur d'Alene to the parade, tomorrow morning's temperatures will start off cool in the 50s, but already by 9 o'clock, it's going to be 70 degrees, 74 degrees at 10 o'clock. Boy, it's going to be great weather to head to the Spokane Indians game. Light winds, lots of sunshine, 85 degrees by 2 o'clock. That is going to be a theme through the 7-day forecast. No shortage of sunshine. There's not a drop of rain to tell you about. We'll be 88 degrees for a high on the 4th of July. Because we have very dry air, winds will be quite light, 6 miles per hour. That's where they peak. We will be able to cool down quickly as you head out to the 4th of July fireworks, but not so quickly that you'll need a sweater or any kind of sweatshirt. 75 degrees at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 72 with clear skies, light winds. Weather should not interfere with the fireworks displays. I will be back with some Wildlife Wednesday photos as well as your 7-day forecast in just a few minutes. Kirsten.
Thank you, Chris. Well, 6 people have been killed by drivers in Spokane this year, and one of those people is 23-year-old Danielle Luttrell, who was killed while riding a scooter at 4th and Lincoln yesterday morning. The city of Spokane is revamping its infrastructure now to keep people safe and cut down on these types of deadly crashes. Jordan Smith shows us the changes coming to keep you safe.
The reality is several families have to endure that tragedy of losing a son, a daughter, or a parent on the roads. In Spokane, 9 people were killed by drivers in 2023. The city hopes that these changes will help drop that number to 0.
Well, there's a tremendous need because people are dying.
Grant Shipley is serious about biking.
This probably has 60,000 miles on it.
60,000?
Yeah.
He loves it. You'll see him constantly pedaling on his unmistakable set of wheels. But he knows better than most that riders and pedestrians are at the mercy of drivers. His son used to bike with Cooper Jones.
But Cooper and my son had done a 100-mile bike ride just a couple months before Cooper died on a road that was closed to traffic, by the way. Got run over by a car.
Shipley's own daughter was hit by a driver while riding her bike. She hasn't picked it up again since. Here's a look at the numbers from Spokane Police. So far this year, 17 cyclists have been hit by a car. 1 person has been killed. In 2023, that number was 83, with also 1 fatality. For pedestrians, 101 collisions have been reported with a car, and 5 people have been killed, compared to 196 incidents and 9 deaths the year before. We're only halfway through the year, and SPD says these numbers typically surge in the summer.
We have made strides forward, but there is clearly still work to be done.
Mayor Brown signed an executive order this afternoon, greenlighting new infrastructure to protect pedestrians and cyclists alike. This summer, you'll see more curb bump outs, traffic islands, and protected bike lanes. One of the ideas gives pedestrians a head start when using the crosswalk.
And the pedestrian gets to cross first before the green light goes. So the pedestrian will be halfway through the intersection before cars would start to come and turn.
These ideas will be implemented in every council district and are expected to be completed by the end of summer. In downtown, Jordan Smith, 4 News Now.
Investigators are searching for the people responsible for killing a family of birds protected by the federal government in Okanogan County. Here's a photo taken last month of the family of common loons. According to Fish and Wildlife, they were found dead near Beaver Lake on June 22nd. The department is now offering an $8,000 reward for any information that leads to an arrest. Anyone convicted of killing a single loon can be sentenced to up to a year in jail. And this bird that spends its entire life near the mountaintops in the Pacific Northwest could soon be extinct. U.S. Fish and Wildlife say that the Mount Rainier white-tailed ptarmigan are now being threatened because of climate change. They say 95% of the bird's natural habitat is expected to be lost in the next few decades. Sad news there. Well, the 2024 Olympic Games in Paris are almost here, and for USA Basketball, their journey to gold starts in Las Vegas, Julian.
Yeah, the team begins training camp this week, and that includes Gonzaga head coach Mark Few, who's an assistant coach. Now, he's the only college coach on the staff, but he may be the most valuable. We'll show you why next in sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Travel for Adventures is brought to you in part by TourMosesLake.com.
I mean, I have to have it.
Is this you? Finding something you can't live without, but your card is... Adding your P1FCU MasterCard to your mobile wallet makes checking out easy online and at the register.
Almost there. Oh.
Open your free Ascend checking account that comes with tons of great benefits at p1fcu.org/free. P1FCU, your community, your credit union.
Life can be hard. With Culligan, your water doesn't have to be.
Looks like you need some kind of quick payment to settle this whole mess.
Yeah, I'm gonna reach out to those one call that's all guys.
We want to make sure you're actually taken care of after an accident like this.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
Life is an opportunity to grow, to feel, to excel. Life moves at its own pace, daring you to keep up. Life pushes you to be better, to go farther. Life has you here. We're just here to help.
The 4th of July savings are rolling in at Findlay Downtown Toyota, making it the perfect time to get that new Toyota or a more reliable used vehicle with a 1-year, 15,000-mile maintenance plan. So you can start your driving adventures tomorrow.
The festival at Sandpoint is back for its annual summer series from July 25th through August 4th. Headliners include Colby Calais and Gavin DeGraw, Maren Morris, Lee Bryce, Blues Traveler, Trombone Shorty with Big Boy, and more. Come check out the festival at Sandpoint from July 25th through August 4th. Tickets are selling fast. Get yours today at festivalatsandpoint.com.
Satay Bistro, Coeur d'Alene's culinary extravaganza of American fusion dining. From our extensive wine cellar to our unforgettably decadent menu, we'll move your experience beyond ordinary to the extraordinary. Satay Bistro, just off the 4th Street exit in Coeur d'Alene.
Welcome back in. The USA men's basketball team reports to training camp in Las Vegas this week. That includes Gonzaga head coach Mark Few, who is an assistant coach for the Olympic squad. Sports director Julian Minnesota is here now. Julian, this is going to be a little different role for Coach Few.
Oh, that's right. Few is used to running the show at Gonzaga, but as an assistant, he's going to be putting in a little bit more elbow grease. This includes running drills and even rebounding for the guys. Few joked that last year his elbow started hurting from passing the ball so much in practice. He hasn't been an assistant coach since his final year on Dan Munson's staff at Gonzaga 25 years ago. But Few says international play is more like college than the NBA, which makes him a valuable asset to a staff that includes 3 NBA champion coaches, Steve Kerr, Tyronn Lue, and Eric Spoelstra.
They are great listeners, all of them, and open-minded. And so we are able to share, a bunch of great thoughts on what we should do and how we should play and all that.
Well, Team USA has an exhibition game against Canada a week from today. The Seattle Kraken have a new coach, and she's making some history. The team hired Jessica Campbell as an assistant coach, making her the first woman to work on the bench of an NHL franchise. Campbell spent the last 2 seasons as an assistant coach for Seattle's AHL affiliate, the Coachella Valley Firebirds. She was alongside head coach Dan Bylsma, who took over the Kraken head coaching job in May. Now, Campbell was also a decorated college player at Cornell and played for the Canadian national team that won a silver medal at the World Championship in 2015. The Seattle Mariners showed up to work yesterday, but they didn't get a lot done. The Mariners were shut out by the Baltimore Orioles. The offensive struggles aren't anything new. Seattle has a .193 batting average over the last 10 games, and they have a losing record in that span. They're looking to bounce back against the Orioles in Game 2 of the series tonight.
Baltimore's got a good club. We know that. These games are going to be tight. You got to figure out a way to get the big hit late, and that's been a struggle for us lately. There's nothing around it. I do give our guys a ton of credit. We're finding ways to continue to put pressure on them, and eventually we'll get the big hit. We'll break through, and we'll get it going again.
Glass half full for Scott Service. First pitch is at 7:10 from T-Mobile Park. Logan Gilbert is on the mound for Seattle in this one. Dean Kramer gets the start for the Orioles. But going back to Jessica Campbell, that's such a cool story. She's been there before. Now, she had, obviously, the assistant job at the AHL affiliate, but she was actually on the bench with the Kraken during a preseason game against Calgary. So she got a little bit of a taste there, appetizer, if you will. Now she's getting the full course as the full-time assistant.
That's awesome news. Really cool and making history. Chris.
Beautiful weather this evening. It is warm. We'll still be at 80 degrees at 7 o'clock with clear skies and light winds. We'll cool down into the 70s by 9, 65 at 11 o'clock. The heat is on in the 7-day forecast. I'll have that plus some Wildlife Wednesday photos after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Have you worked or enjoyed the outdoors in Lincoln County before 2014? You may have been exposed to harmful Libby amphibole asbestos. Get your free asbestos health screening today. Don't wait. Early detection is key. Contact the Card Clinic at libbyasbestos.org.
Tonight, the massive storm on the move, tracking Beryl as extreme heat blankets much of the U.S., plus the presidential immunity decision and fallout. More Americans turn to World News Tonight with David Muir, the most-watched newscast on television.
Shopping online for a Purple mattress? We get it. With Purple's unique Gel Flex grid and multiple foam layers, you'll experience effortless sleep. It's motion adaptive, temperature balanced, pressure relieving, and ultra supportive. But which Purple mattress is right for you? Come to Denver Mattress and test for yourself. Let our expert sales staff guide you to your perfect Purple. And rest easy knowing it's backed by our 365-night better sleep guarantee. Shop Purple at Denver Mattress, the easiest way to find your perfect Purple.
Expo 74 really saved Spokane. And prior to Expo, financially, Spokane was hurting. I really don't want to focus on the Financial Institute. And these people put Expo together. It was a big investment on their part.
I don't know if they realized what great mentors they were to those of us that were younger and challenged us. When you come together, it makes all the difference in the world. It just paved the way for so many great things to happen in Spokane.
This home is my dream home. My mother's from the South. Her favorite tree was a magnolia tree. I asked the real estate agent, is that a magnolia tree? And she said yes, and it was almost as though my mother was speaking to me saying, yeah, this is the house, you know? BECU made all of this possible. Historically speaking, my ancestors couldn't always buy homes, and that's how you build wealth, right? With this home, I have something to pass along to my family.
Frozen is Disney's latest hit Broadway musical. From the producer of The Lion King comes the show audiences and critics are melting for.
Coming to First Interstate Center for the Arts, July 24th through August 4th. Tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
Have you worked or enjoyed the outdoors in Lincoln County before 2014? You may have been exposed to harmful Libby amphibole asbestos. Get your free asbestos health screening today. Don't wait. Early detection is key. Contact the Card Clinic at libbyasbestos.org.
Par, family owned since 1930. Go where the builders go.
What are you gonna build?
Welcome back. This little bear decided to take a stroll through a neighborhood in Los Angeles. Witnesses say she moved from tree to tree and across parking lots. Officials tried to capture the bear using a trap earlier this week, but that didn't work. Ooh, well, that didn't look like a trap. They had to pull out, as you saw, it looked like tranquilizers to get her out of the tree, but crews had to call backup, and they called a nearby gym for help.
I got a random phone call from Fish and Wildlife saying like, hey, you by any chance have any crash pads or mats you could bring by? They serve their purpose, and without those, could have fell on its head or, broke a limb or something like that.
Oh, sweet bear. The bear was captured, and Fish and Wildlife are now working to bring her back to her natural habitat. There were a lot of bears that were roaming neighborhoods where I lived in Orlando area, and they would use the bear traps and fill them with donuts. I'm not kidding. That is how they would lure the bears.
I would be lured with donuts. Oh my gosh, city bears. That is so fun. And on the gym mats. Those are going to need a good scrub after a bear lands on them. Well, I've got a little bit more of a wild bear cub.
This bear's happier.
I think so.
I think so too.
It's in tonight's Wildlife Wednesday. This is from Mark Vogt, a little bear cub, and it kind of looks like he's saying something, but he's actually dining on all those dandelions you see there. Mark says right after he snapped this picture, this little darling gobbled up that dandelion, and Mother Bear was nearby, not close enough. Mark has a giant camera lens, so he can be a long ways away. But Mama Bear was enjoying some dandelions as well. Adorable photo there. I absolutely love this picture from Paula Zanter Stout. This is a great egret in flight, and you'll notice a twig in the beak that is on its way to go work on the nest. Little trip to Home Depot, but I love the way the light is making its way through the wings. Just absolutely beautiful. And from Courtney Litwin, beautiful, healthy bull moose, mid-yawn. And who wouldn't be yawning, laying out in the shade on a sunny, warm day? A very funny face, and you'll notice a little bit of antler happening there. They'll be in good shape come fall. Great photos. Thank you so much. And a beautiful Independence Day on the way for tomorrow. We'll start the day off in the 50s, and on my graphic you'll see the Old Glory flapping in the breeze. That will not be the case tomorrow. That flag is not going to be moving much. We'll have light winds. That high of 88 compares to an average high of 80. As of today, our average high is 80 degrees, but we're not going to be anywhere near average over the next 7 days. We'll jump up into the 90s Friday, and then triple-digit heat on the way starting Monday and continuing through the middle of next week. And indications are we are going to stay with the heat right on through the end of next week and into the weekend. We have an excessive heat warning from Saturday afternoon through Tuesday evening for this area shaded in hot pink all the way up through the Okanagan Valley, Columbia Basin, the Tri-Cities, the Idaho and Washington Palouse, as well as the LC Valley. It's a heat advisory in the orange shaded area, so not quite up into that triple-digit range. It's still going to be very, very warm throughout the entire region. And still an excessive heat watch for this maroon shaded area, including the southern panhandle. But it's going to be hot across the entire region and for a prolonged period of time, which can really take a toll on even the healthiest of individuals. So on the 4th of July, 88, if you've got some time off over the next few days, start thinking about ways to keep the house cool. Go ahead and close those curtains during the heat of the day. Get your bottled water ready and prepare for some heat for the foreseeable future. Water your flowers extra. It's going to take a toll on all of us.
Yeah, it definitely will. Thank you, Chris. Well, we just wrapped up Pride Month. Despite bipartisan support for gay marriage across the country, transgender rights are still being challenged. Rachel Bate has more.
At Trump rallies across America, no topic revs up the MAGA crowd quite like transgender rights.
He wants to have men play in women's sports, okay?
The former president leaning into the culture war to turn out his base, mocking transgender athletes playing women's sports, and likening puberty blockers for transgender kids to the sexualization of children.
The left-wing gender insanity being pushed on our children is an act of child abuse.
The tone standing in stark contrast to the one emanating from President Joe Biden.
I want to send a message to the entire community, especially to transgender children. You are loved.
For Biden and the Democrats, supporting the LGBT community has long been a top priority. The president rolling out policy after policy to protect such rights, even decorating the White House in rainbow flags during Pride Month.
Pride is back at the White House.
Like the vast majority of the public, both Biden and Trump support same-sex marriage, but that's where their similarities end. As president, Trump banned transgender people from serving in the military, an executive order Biden revoked as one of his first acts as president. Trump also rolled back discrimination protections for the community. Biden expanded them, then went even further. The current president extended federal workforce benefits to same-sex couples, enhanced access to gender-affirming care for transgender individuals, and signed a bill recognizing same-sex marriage, just in case the Supreme Court ever reverses its ruling on the matter.
The onslaught of state laws targeting transgender Americans and their families, it's simply wrong.
Trump, meanwhile, is vowing to outlaw gender-affirming care for kids, even as the American Academy of Pediatrics supports it. Those treatments, the Academy says, can be important for improving mental health. But Trump says he'll strip federal funding from doctors who perform such treatments on youth, and is warning that schools that discuss sex transitions with students could see severe consequences.
I will ask Congress to pass a bill establishing that the only genders recognized by the United States government are male and female.
The candidates' polar opposite views reflect a divided society still largely skeptical of transgender rights. A recent Pew Research study finding that 2/3 of registered voters say a person's gender is assigned at birth, plain and simple. That's an increase from just a few years ago. Only 34% say a person's gender can be something other than their birth sex. Last month, Biden pardoned service members convicted of violating an old military ban on gay sex. Still, the president says more needs to be done to ensure equal protection under the law. Rachel Bade, ABC News, Washington.
Some breaking news just into our newsroom. Crews are battling a 1,000-acre wildfire burning about 70 miles southwest of Lewiston near the Idaho-Washington border. According to the Idaho Department of Land, the nearest structures are about a mile away from the fire, and a large air tanker is now being brought in from Washington to help battle these flames. Again, this is just news into our newsroom right now. It's developing. We will update you just as soon as we learn more details. Here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup tonight.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Celebrate 4th of July all month long at your local floor trader with our biggest DIY sale of the year. Stock up now for all your summertime projects. Big box prices and small town service only at your local floor trader.
When it comes to remodeling your bath, there's fact and there's fiction. Fiction. Some bath remodels just cover up water damage. Fact. Bathfitter inspects and cleans your current tub area, and we make any necessary repairs before installing our product for a watertight fit. Bathfitter installations are built to last, with a lifetime warranty to fit your expectations. Get the bath that fits you. Bathfitter. It just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
It's the biggest trade-in event in America. This week at both Cal locations and the Cal Auto Credit Store on Division.
This is your chance to trade in anything, and I mean anything. Boats, snowmobiles, motorbikes, trailers. Whether it runs or not, we're cleaning up America.
Making it the perfect time to upgrade your old ride to something better. Plus, delaying payments until September 1st with top dollar for your trade-ins. During Cal's 4th of July Great Trade-In event.
Life is an opportunity to grow, to feel, to excel. Life moves at its own pace, daring you to keep up. Life pushes you to be better, to go farther. Life has you here. We're just here to help.
Swing into
into Fred's Appliance today for our 4th of July celebration. Whether you're eyeing the sleek Bosch dishwasher, the innovative GE Profile laundry machine, the ultra-efficient Maytag Pet Pro Series, or the luxurious Frigidaire Professional package, we have what you need ready to go. With massive savings, special rebates, and a variety of models and colors, Fred's offers the largest selection of in-stock, get-it-today inventory in our region. Celebrate this 4th of July with explosive deals and walk away with your new appliance today.
Celebrate 4th of July all month long at your local floor trader with our biggest DIY sale of the year. Stock up now for all your summertime projects. Big box prices and small town service only at your local floor trader.
Travel for Adventures is brought to you in part by Grant County Tourism.
It is going to be warm and sunny tomorrow, and then the heat is on for the weekend.
Yes. So get the water bottles ready and all of the
sunscreen, all that. Yeah.
We'll see you at 11.